this unidentified person came down and said, there's 3 people up in Rachel Bean's office, there's a lot of yelling going on, it's about a piece of paper.
No, they didn't say it was about the piece of paper. They just said there was a lot of yelling going on. Everybody knew what had happened the night before about signing the note, the dressing not being done on the patient's foot. Everybody in the whole building knew about it the next morning.
Okay. So, when this person tells you that they're up there arguing, what is the next thing that you learned about the case or the event?
Next thing, I went back to my office, and the next thing is when Mary walked in.
And what did Mary Thornton say?
Mary said, we're going to get this guy. We're going to say he was sexually inappropriate. We've done this before.
How did you interpret what Mary Thornton said when she came into the room and told you that they were going to get Mr. DiStefano?
Form.
You can answer the question.
As I said before, I interpreted it to mean they were going to set him up by what I had heard previously as hearsay by other staff members who had said they heard them arguing in Rachel's office.
All right. You have the trespass warning in front of you, ma'am?
Yes.
And that says that you trespassed Mr. DiStefano at 10:10 a.m. on September 21st, 1999, correct?
Correct.
Did you ever tell anybody from DCFS or anybody from Orlando Regional Medical Center or anybody from the Orlando Police Department that Larry DiStefano did disimpact his mother while in the nursing home?
No, I did not.
You did not see, and no one told you that Larry DiStefano disimpacted his mother in the nursing home. But would you agree with me that in the Department of Children and Family Services records, there are notations saying that you told somebody at DCFS that Larry DiStefano was disimpacting his mother while in the nursing home?
Could you show her the record, please? Don't answer the question till you see the record.
You're instructing her not to answer the question?
Until she sees the record. It's a common courtesy to give the witness the record you're referring to, and that's all I'm asking.
Is it in this book?
I don't know. I don't know which record he's referring to.
All right. Question is, okay, to take a look at the DCFS report, which you have in your possession and you've looked at yesterday also.
What was the question, please?
Question is it not true that in this note it says earlier son had stated he disimpacted his mother on a weekly basis. It is suspected son disimpacted his mother this morning, causing bleeding from her hemorrhoid. He did not tell nursing home staff she needed to be disimpacted. Do you see that note there, ma'am?
Yes, I do see that.
And did you, in fact, make the call to DCFS at 9:20 on 9/21/99 at 12:09 a.m.?
Yes, I did.
Did you, in fact, tell somebody at DCFS that it was suspected that the son disimpacted his mother this morning, causing bleeding from her hemorrhoid?
No, I told the intake person that the son, it was noted in the Florida hospital record that that the resident had a history of impaction and that the son disimpacted her.
Okay. So you have no idea why they wrote it that way, do you, ma'am?
Form calls for speculation.
I don't know why.
All right. Now, did you tell the DCFS worker that you suspected that the son disimpacted his mother this morning?
No, I did not.
And did you say that you may have said that could have caused bleeding if the son had disimpacted her? Do you remember saying that to them?
I don't remember the exact conversation, no.
Is that something possibly that you said?
I don't remember the conversation, so I don't want to say if it's possible or not.
All right, do you remember when we took your deposition yesterday on page 195, line 10? Did you give that information to children and families? Answer, I may have told him in her record that the son disimpacts her on a weekly basis. Question, did you tell him that you suspected son disimpacted his mother this morning? I may have said that that could have caused bleeding if the son had disimpacted her. Do you remember giving those questions and answers?
Yes.
Saying move to strike improper impeachment if that was your intent.
So, in fact, you did tell DCFS that that could be the cause of the bleeding if the son had disimpacted her.
Form.
If he had disimpacted her, yes, that could be the cause.
All right, and you told DCFS that?
I may have said that.
Okay. All right. Now, let's take a look at 9/21/99, 4:12 p.m. Do you recall seeing, when you just reviewed this, that later, the statement, later blood was found on an underpad, which he explained as being caused by him disimpacting her on a weekly basis? Do you recall reading that just in these documents?
Yes, I recall reading it.
Okay. Did you, in fact, tell DCFS that blood was found on an underpad, which Mr. DiStefano explained as being caused by him disimpacting her on a weekly basis?
No, because the sentence doesn't make any sense.
Okay. All right. But in fact, it does appear here in these records again, ma'am, correct?
Yes, it does. And like I explained to you yesterday, when you call to an intake worker, they're not a medical person. They listen to your conversation, and then they interpret it, and they put an entry in.
Have you ever worked for DCFS?
No.
How do you know what they do? How do you know what this worker did? Maybe this worker took down your statement verbatim.
Absolutely not, because I didn't say that.
There's a lot of things you don't remember in this. Maybe you don't remember this well either.
Form argumentative.
I wouldn't make a statement that doesn't even make any sense. If you had a medical background, you wouldn't say that later blood was found from somebody being disimpacted on a weekly basis. It doesn't make any sense. I would prefer that you would stop staring at me.
You know, this happened yesterday 2 times where Mr. DiStefano drilled his eyes right into the witness, and it can only be said that there was an attempt to intimidate this witness, which is exactly what we told the judge was going to happen in this deposition. He's doing it again this morning. I object to it.
Yeah. I haven't seen that, but
You're looking at me, so you wouldn't see that.
You want to take a break?
Yes, I would.
Take a break.
Off the record, 10:27.
now let me ask you, is this, to the best of your recollection, as far as the stains, the blood stains that are on here, how the pad looked on September 21st, 1999, when you examined Mrs. DiStefano?
Form previously asked, answered.
I told you yesterday in my deposition that I cannot remember if this is the pad. I can't remember. I mean, it's been over 3 years.
Okay. What you're telling us is you can't remember if this is how the pad that was under Carolina DiStefano looked when you examined her on September 21st, 1999?
Yes.
Okay. Did you look at any other parts of her body to determine if she had any cuts or bruises or abrasions, anything that would cause blood on the bed pad?
As I said yesterday, I don't remember.